In today's session, we'll discuss about the next concept, that is axiomatic systems. In previous session, we have discussed about natural deduction system, and with respect to that, we have discussed about your rules of inferences concept. And now we have seen how much aware of are many of you are about your rules of inferences. Yeah, the next concept what we'll discuss is about your axiomatic systems. This is the part of your syllabus. Yeah, so many of you might have already know what is an axiom. This word has been covered long back when you have learning your probability and statistics, when you are learning your theorems, when you are learning your discrete structures. The most common word what you all know is what is an axiom. So can anybody quickly uh, give you answer what is an axiom through your chart? Any answer is accepted. What is an axiom according to your knowledge? Yeah, I need your responses. 574, give your answer through chat. What is an axiom? What is the general meaning of your axiom? It is a statement, sir. 599. Not exactly. Axiom is not a statement. It might be, but not exactly. Next, a rule or a principle. Okay, it can be more clear now. That's correct only, but again, I need some better answer. Statement or proposition, undefined terms, a statement which can be either true or false, that is different one, that is propositional logic. Okay, yeah, let's quickly see what this is. So axiom is a universal truth, okay, which needs to be accepted by everybody. Yeah, so when we are talking about your a word called as axiom, so axiom is something which is already proved, which need to be accepted universally. There is no other choice that this is wrong, because it's already proved in a number of ways. We need to accept it as is. So that's what we call it as. Whenever we are trying to learn about your theorems, for a theorem you will be having a set of procedure to prove why that statement given is true, or how it is true. The same manner, axiom is or something like a statement or something which is a universal truth and which should be accepted by everybody. Yeah. So one interesting question is where to start, how to start, and without knowledge of something, how to prove something. Because whenever you are having something to be proved, you need to have your reasonings properly, then only a proof will be valid. So a statement can be valid or an invalid. So whenever you are having a proper procedure to prove that, or a proper reasoning to that, then only it is a proven statement, or it can be called as your a good statement. Yeah, so unfortunately you cannot prove something using nothing, right? So you need at least a few building blocks to start with, and these are called as axioms. Suppose if I say sun rises in the east, that is the statement I am giving. So to prove that, that is, I can call it as axiom, because that is the most common known example or a truth that everybody know that sun rises in the east. If somebody asks me to prove why this is correct, why your statement is correct, I can show it in a number of ways. There are a number of written examples, or early morning you can have a glance at your sun coming out, that is from the east. That's how I try to prove my sentences or premises. And mathematically, or mathematicians assume that axioms are true without being able to prove them. That's what I'm trying to put into your mind. Axiom is a statement or any condition which is already proved. There is no chance of saying that the statement is false, because it's already proved. An example what you can understand with respect to axiom is, if a plus b is equal to b plus a plus b is nothing but, suppose if I say 5 plus 2 is equal to 7, 2 plus 5 is also equal to 7. So there is no chance that I can say that is wrong. It is a universally accepted truth, and we call it as axiom. Okay, yeah. So now let's talk about why we are discussing about axiomatic systems in with respect to your AI. Why this concept is being part of your artificial intelligence. and how a reasoning need to be given with respect to your axioms. So because axioms are something which is already proved in many of the conditions or many of the statements what you are going to learn in the upcoming sessions, you may be using a number of axioms. Okay, yeah, now talking about your axiomatic systems. An axiomatic system is a list of undefined terms together with a list of axioms. Yeah, so this happens whenever you are trying to take some example statements, and whenever I'm talking about my statement, sometimes some terms will be undefined. So you need to have an understanding like what are the undefined terms in my statements, how I need to accept some things, how I need not to accept some things. Yeah, the same manner a theorem is any statement that can be proved from the axioms. So generally, if you are trying to prove any theorems, or if you are having a research idea, you'll be having a lot of uh, contradictory statements in your given examples, and you need to have a proper explanation, and that can be done appropriately using your axioms. So axioms are very important with respect to your reasoning, or with respect to your proving some statements. Okay, yeah. So now let's see with respect to your axioms, axiomatic systems. A model for an axiomatic system is a way to define the undefined terms. Yeah, so if you want to define the undefined terms with respect to your axioms, you will be having a set of model. That's what we need to understand. A given axiomatic system can have many different models. For every statement I cannot give a exact proof. Sometimes the reasonings might be varying. I may use a different axioms. Sometimes I may not use axioms, but the axiomatic system or the procedure what you are going to follow need to be proved perfectly, then only it will be accepted. So with respect to that, in axiomatic systems you will be having some models. Let's try to understand this with respect to some examples. Yeah, so we'll start with a small example called as committees here. So here, yeah, so in this statement set of axioms whatever I'm going to talk now, here I'm having two words called as committee and member. We are not going to define what is this committee and what is a member here, but we are going to try to use these words in our statements. Let's see the example. Yeah, so axiom 1 is saying that, sorry, each committee is a set of three members. Yeah, so with respect to my example, with respect to my statements, the first axiom is saying that whenever I'm talking about a committee and member here, each committee is a set of three members. That is the first axiom which everybody need to take it down. Okay, yeah. Second axiom, each member is one on exactly two committees. Yeah, so each member should be exactly in only two committees, not more than that. Okay, so axiom 3 is saying that no two members may be together on more than one committee. Okay, that is the axiom 3, and axiom 4 is saying that there is at least one committee, which is so now we need to try to use these axioms and try to take an example and try to understand what is that actually an axiomatic system is. So everybody of you quickly take this down or have a snapshot screenshot so that this can be learned in the upcoming slides. Okay, yeah. So a model of a committee here. Yeah, so here who are members and what is a committee. So I'm taking a small example with some small names, alphabetical order, and I'll try to understand what is an axiomatic system. So here we are having some set of 6 members in my in a team, and we are having some committee. So a committee need to be formed according to these axioms. The axiom 1 stating that each committee is a set of 3 members. So now I am following that rule, axiom 1, and I am forming committees with 3 in each. We need to check each axiom to make sure this is a really a model. So we need to follow all these 4 axioms, and finally we need to prepare a model. Similarly, whenever you are going to deal with your artificial intelligence, you will be having some set of elements and you'll be having some sort of conditions. All these need to be all these rules need to be followed, and then only a model can be framed. That's how we try to uh, make things understand, or an intelligent machine understand how an axiom can be useful in a theorem proving or in number of puzzle proving. Okay, so the first condition is satisfied here. First axiom is satisfied, that is each committee is a set of 3 members. Yeah, so that's what again we are seeing here. Each committee is having 3 members. Okay, and this axiom is true. Next, I'll go for axiom 2. Each member is on exactly 2 committees. Yeah. Suppose if I take the initial person called as Alan, Alan is only in 2 sets or 2 committees. That is ABC is one committee and AD is other committee. So there you can see Alan is a common one. So apart from this, Alan is not listed in any other committee. That's what is the condition. He need to be only in exactly in 2 committees. That's how we try to frame the committees. This is the axiom 2. Now let's look into the axiom 3, saying that no 2 members may together, okay, or more than 1 committee. Yeah, so here you need to check each pair of members. There are approximately 15 pairs, but only if you are being listed here in this presentation. So you are now forming a committee with respect to the axiom 3, that is no 2 members may be together. They should not be together on more than 1 committee. Suppose if I say in this committee called as ABC, AB is at one place and AC is at other place. In next committee, if I select B, if I take B, D, F, I don't have AB here or I don't have AC here. That's how committees need to be formed. Okay, so you need to keep this in your mind. So you need to follow all these axioms and finally you need to prepare a model. Okay, now we look at the 4th axiom, that is there is at least 1 committee. So yeah, so according to the given inputs, according to the given 6 members and the given axiom 1, that is each committee should have 3 members and no 2 members will be same in the committee, and axiom 3 is again taken. So finally I have formed this committee, that is the 4th committee is this at least 1 committee. So here you are having some 4 committees, so axiom 4 is satisfied. Okay, so this is how we try to yeah, prove things. One second. Yeah, okay, so this is what we call it as an axiom system, guys. So how a model can be framed from the given inputs according to the axioms being taken, and how finally we will be trying to form a model with respect to your axiomatic systems. Okay, now let's move on with the in-depth concept of your axioms. So axioms are basically independent. So why axioms are independent? What is that making an axiom independent? Okay, an axiom is independent from the other axiom if it cannot be proven from the other axioms. Yeah, so previously you have seen the example, you are having 4 axioms and every axiom should be interlinked. One axiom can be proved with the other axioms. That's what we have seen in the 4th axiom. Each committee, so there should be at least 1 committee. So if you want to get this, you need to follow the previous axioms. Then only you'll be getting this axiom. That's why they are called as independent. So independent axioms need to be included. They cannot be proved as theorems. So if some axiom is independent, they cannot be proved as theorems. They need to be independent and they are like a statements which cannot be used for your theorems. Okay, yeah. To show that an axiom is independent, you need to find a model where it is not true. Okay, but all the axioms are. That is, if one statement or one axiom is not true, others are always true. That's how we will try to prove an axiom as an independent, because it is not true and all others are true, it is an independent. Because suppose if I say take some 10 axioms, among that if 9 are saying that 9 are true and 10th one is not true, 10th one is an independent axiom. Okay, yeah. So now let's see the logic behind your independence. Okay, so here you can see in the example being given here, I am taking 2 premises P and Q with respect to some small example. Yeah, so here P is I'm taking a small example stating that a statement, if axioms 2 to 4, then axiom 1 would be true. That is, if axioms 2 and 4 are true, then axiom 1 is true. That's what the statement. And here you can, the result you can see in P implies Q, there's a statement called as F, that is implication rule. Second row is saying that the result is false. Finding a model where axioms 2 to 4 are true and axiom 1 is false shows that if then statement is false in the second row. This is the logic behind your independence. So here among all these, you can see in the output there are 3 truths and only 1 false. That is the independent logic here. That is what is the independent logic behind your independence. Okay. Now let's look into the example with respect to your previous truth table. So here I am taking again 4 members as part of members of a team, and I am trying to form some committees with respect to your previous example. So here a committee is A comma B is one committee, B, C, D is one committee, A, C and D. In this model, axioms 2 to 4 are true. That is the condition what I am taken previously, but axiom 1 is false. Yeah, this is what I am talking about. This shows that axiom 1 is independent from the other axioms. Okay, so here you have seen the axioms, the 4 axioms. The 4 axioms are again taken here with respect to this example, and axioms 2 to 4 are true, but axiom 1 is false because axiom 1 is stating that every committee should have at least 3 members. But here you can see A comma B is having only 2 elements, A comma C is having only 2 elements, and D is also having only 1 element. Only B, C, D is satisfying the first axiom, but in overall you can say that axiom 1 is not satisfied here because it is not following the condition of the axiom 1. That's why axiom 1 is independent with respect to this example. That is the understanding according to your model and as well as your committees. Okay, so some axioms need to be consistent, some axioms are consistent and some are inconsistent also. We need to understand what is a consistency here. Okay, the axioms of a axiomatic system are consistent if there are no internal contradictions among them. So what is a contradiction, guys? So contradiction is something like if all the elements are false, we call it as a contradiction. So we can show that an axiomatic system is consistent simply by finding a model in which all axioms are true. So in the last column, that is tautology, if something, if premises and the results are getting are a tautological statement, then they are called as consistent. Okay, so here you can see in the last column there is 1 false and remaining 3 are true. So these are not consistent. If I get a true in place of this false, then it's a tautology, and that can be called as your consistent axiom. Next, what is inconsistency? So yeah, to show that an axiomatic system is inconsistent, we need to show or prove that there cannot be a model. If there is no model in any circumstances, then it is inconsistent. That's why it is much harder to prove these type of things. Okay, yeah. Next, axioms are again complete. An axiomatic statement is complete if every true statement can be proved from the axioms. So if I take a statement and if I try to prove that statement with respect to your axioms, then it is called as your complete. So everybody need to keep this in your mind. So axioms are consistent or inconsistent, they are complete. Okay, yeah, so you need to have your understanding like this, guys. Okay, so here are some of the examples again with respect to your how a model can be framed. So for that you are again taking some three axioms. You're trying to find what are the undefined elements like how we have seen previously, and we'll be trying to again take example and prove here. Okay, so here the axioms are stating that axiom 1, every ant has at least 2 paths. Axiom 2 is saying that every path has at least 2 ants. Okay, so read the statements here that both are looking similar but both are different. Axiom 3 stating that there exists at least 1 ant. That is your axiom 3. So now you are trying to generate a model with respect to these 3 axioms. Okay, so with respect to that you are drawing some structure that every ant has 2 paths. Okay, that is the first axiom. And second axiom is saying that in every path there are at least two ends. Okay, if I take the second one here, the triangle, here you can say this path has two ends. Every path has at least two ends. And the last axiom is stating that there exists at least one end. So definitely this statement can be proved. Okay, that's how we take examples and generate some models with respect to your examples. Okay, yeah. Okay, the next things will be discussed in the next session. So I hope everybody is now clear with what is an axiom, what is it actually we are trying to discuss about your axiomatic statements. Okay.